Hello and welcome to Mostly Minnesota Music Podcast Edition. I'm Ann Tracy. I'm here with my co-host,
Heather Baker.
Yeah, and we are here speaking with Zack King. Welcome.
Hi guys, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're delighted. I know we want to talk about some of the new stuff you've been working on, but I might even just step back and ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into music and yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'll try to keep it short, but basically I'm a 25-year-old singer-songwriter, grew up in the Minneapolis, Minnesota area. And basically I didn't know I liked music until a few years back. I went to college for marketing and advertising, graduated, and then started playing guitar a lot. I had so much more time on my hands. And it just kind of led from one thing to the other, started playing shows, started taking voice lessons. And yeah, started releasing music too. So that's kind of how I got here.
That's fantastic. And you put out an album or a year. My timing is so bad because of COVID. A year and a half ago.
Yeah.
The mess. I'm getting I'm sorry. The mess.
No, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. So yeah, I released my first album, Mess, last year, and that was kind of my first project ever with figuring things out. I thought I had a lot to get off my chest. After graduating college. I never really felt like I had a voice ever, but being able to write lyrics and being able to show people like what I was thinking, what I was going through, hopefully give them some little nuggets along the way of showing them that they're not the only people going through those things, to help them not feel as alone in this world. As we all know, there's a lot of crazy things that go on in everybody's lives. So just being able to take a step back and realizing that we all have our own things going on, but everybody else is dealing with other stuff too as well.
I loved seeing that you said that it was nice to feel honest, to let stuff out, kind of cathartic for you. I can't imagine, and then you coming to the butterfly face and having something so joyous or whatever. I'm just like, I think I need to start writing myself here.
I love that. That's a great compliment. Thank you. Yeah, it was definitely a big change. The past album was kind of more about just like getting through certain things, but Butterfly Face was just finally about like taking that new step forward and realizing all these different potentials in the rest of the world and all these different opportunities based around someone opening your eyes up to those. So yeah.
I like too the fact that you write about your own experience, but then even with the Butterfly Kisses, I saw that it was, or excuse me, Butterfly Face. Sorry if I said that wrong before. That it's not necessarily something that you or a person that you've gone through, so you're kind of making it personal, but a character, however you do it. So it's like interesting, because usually people are like, I'm writing about this experience that I had or this person's story and letting it go. So it's kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost imaginative. I definitely put myself in those shoes of just meeting that person that kind of helps you see the rest of the world for what it is. And I don't know if you guys have felt that ever before, but just experiencing that is like such a big, it's a big thing, because you're able to finally feel like there's all these other opportunities out there. There's all these other experiences to have, and it's just a fun feeling. So
the Butterfly Face feels like almost a rebirth from what, like you were in a cocoon and then a rebirth. And yeah. Is you're putting out an EP, a 5-song EP. Will we see more of this?
Actually, no. So that's the very first song in the EP, and it's very different than the rest of the music. I kind of go back to the alternative rock roots in the next 3 singles I'm releasing. So Take It Away, Be Like You, and Hit and Run are the next 3. Those are very 90s alternative rock sounding. Still kind of just going back to my roots of that old album, kind of figuring out like my sound, what I like to do. Because I love folk music, I love pop music too. So I kind of wanted to make that Butterfly Face song. And especially at the beginning of the summer, like get that summer song coming out, windows down, summer bop kind of feel. And then going back into that alternative rock, and then finishing the 5-song EP with a more softer acoustic song, like a Vance Joy love song. I kind of record or reference it as so.
I was gonna ask, because that's funny that you say the windows down, because your song, it has that like outside, yay, it's finally warm in Minnesota, let's go. So I was like, what song? Because I remember, at the end of April, like you roll down your car windows because it's nicer, but it's still not warm. You have the heat up as high as you can, but that song's on the radio, so you're like, it's got to have the air flowing and it's sunny. Do you have one where that kind of comes in your memory too, to get that vibe of like, oh, the summer? Remember when we're in the car and doing this? Or
Yeah, that's mostly just that song on the EP. The other ones, I haven't really thought of when or where you would listen to them yet. The next release, Take It Away, is kind of the opposite of Butterfly Face a little bit. It's going through a breakup. It's talking about all those different nights you shared, those memories you made together, and just trying to get rid of those feelings. So it's a big change, but I thought the Butterfly Face was a good bang to the start of the EP. Just to kind of get that whole feel of all the different kinds of genres that I do like, because there's a ton of different music I like. So just trying to figure out exactly what kind of songs that I want to make moving forward. So
It sounds like a little bit of a callback to The Mess. I think of the song Colors.
Oh, thank you.
And there's that line of mix them up when you see the saddest melody.
Right.
Ouch.
I know, exactly. I love that song still. I love the lyrics in that one because basically we all go through these different emotions, these different feelings. And that kind of alludes to the rest of the EP as well, because there is all these other feelings that I've been through, and I know a lot of other people have been through too. Like Take It Away is that tough breakup feeling. Be Like You is about envy and wanting to be like someone else, wanting to be as popular, as cool, as liked, whatever it is. And then additionally, Hit and Run kind of sums those songs up, and it's about moving on from that past version of yourself, those past feelings, and finally accepting yourself for who you are at the moment. And then to finish the EP is that Stay song, which is kind of going back to Butterfly Face, meeting that someone that kind of makes you feel whole again. So it's kind of a 180 from the very start to the very end, but I like how it tells that whole story as well.
But it ends on a high note.
Definitely, big high note for sure.
That's
I had
fantastic.
that happy feeling at the end,
Were you writing this during the last year and a half, or was this material that comes from before? Or
Yeah, that's a good question. So while I was writing Mess and recording that, I always was still writing music. It was kind of something that you can't really just put down. You've got all these feelings and all these emotions coming out of you. And I just knew I wanted to focus more on those 5 songs compared to a 9-song album. Make sure I can get as much production in there, as much other instrumentation, and get as many other people having their hands in the project as well. So yeah, sorry, did that answer your question? I kind of forget what it was.
if you were, how were you impacted? Really, how were you impacted by sort of the lockdown and everything? It sounds like you were able to collaborate with different people, and that this material that the die had been cast maybe before.
Definitely, yeah. So I was writing those songs throughout the album Mess. I wrote a bunch of them after still as well. But yeah, I used that time in lockdown to really just hone in on the lyrics, hone in on the kind of instruments I wanted to add. Additionally, I spent a lot of time not doing a lot of music, figuring out the business side of things, how to market and advertise your music, how to find the right target audience, those super fans as well. And yeah, I really made impact on some of the people, which was really cool throughout the COVID experience, showing them the kind of songs that was going on. And now I have this big private music community on Facebook that I just share stuff to occasionally throughout that process as well. So
it seems like you're very interactive online.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I'm doing this is I want to connect with people. I want to connect with my fans. I want to show them that if they're going through something negative, that there is that light at the end of the tunnel. And if they are going through something positive, to hold on to that feeling. Because it's kind of easy to get in your head sometimes, especially during COVID when you're sitting by yourself in your house for 3 months in a row, can't go anywhere. So having someone just kind of show you that we're all in this together. We're all kind of a community of friends, family, and fans, obviously. So just showing each other that there are these other experiences to have throughout that. So.
Well, you even take it to, I think that I saw you even gave out your phone number. You invited people to text you, which I think is, I mean, that what a generosity.
Yeah, so I hope this doesn't burst anybody's bubble out there, but that actually isn't my real phone number.
Okay.
So I have this other service that I use called Community, and a lot of my favorite artists use it as well. And it's just a separate phone number. It's not my direct line, but it is something that I get a notification to. So when my fans reach out, I'll get a notification that this person texted you. I can actually have a conversation through them with that app. And that's what I love. I love that one-on-one personal experience. I like hearing from people exactly what the song means to them or what they're feeling. Because it's kind of hard sometimes to pour your heart out on social media platforms with all these other people out there. So having that one-on-one is definitely really important to me, and I hope it's really important for my fans as well.
Nice.
Is that connection just because you are spending so much time at home, and I think you work from home too? Is that a way to spark some creativity for yourself and writing more? Do you use that too that way, or do you just like the connection with people? Yeah.
It's definitely both. I get a lot of people telling me about certain things that are going on in their lives. And I'll ask them too, like, wow, I know this is a hard experience for you. I'm here for you. Let me know if there's anything I can do. But I also love where you're coming from. I would love to use your inspiration or that inspiration from your story into some of the stuff that I'm doing. So just taking everybody's advice, taking everybody's stories and kind of molding them into that one big community, and that those songs and everything is so much fun. And it's just a great way to have people have a say in the process as well. One of the big things that I do is I ask everybody about album art. So I'll send them like a bunch of different options of album art. I'll have them vote. I'll keep on doing that over and over again until we get down to like 1 to 3 choices. And then we'll kind of pick from there. So it's kind of a good way for them to have a say about what's coming in the future as well.
I love the fact that you get people invested too, or feel a part of it too. Like, hey, I was telling them about this, and they can hear it in a song or whatever. That is like a huge connectivity, rather than, like we all pull whatever from songs, but to be like, oh, I made it into the song.
Right. Yeah, that's the goal, because growing up, I had so many artists that I would have loved to connect with. I would love to give my opinion to, but whether they were too big, whether the social media wasn't at that point of the process yet, I just kind of took a step back and remembered what it was like to be a fan for some of those people and what I would want to do if I was a fan. So just giving everybody the opportunity to reach out and to have a say in everything is a lot of fun. And I love talking with everybody about that kind of stuff. So.
Are there any fun stories I'll emphasize that you would be able to share?
Sure.
I'm sure there are stories that you don't really, that are too private, but if there's just something.
Yeah, there's a lot of personal stories out there, a lot of stuff that probably isn't the best to share, but there are some positive things as well. I'm trying to think of any specifics right now, but I have had people kind of text me throughout their life and throughout this COVID experience about how everything was bad, and then coming back to me in the future saying how things have turned around. And that just warms my heart, being able to like be there from someone and then finally see things working out for them. So that kind of helped figure out butterfly face as well a little bit too, actually. Because I had some people talking about how they were so alone during COVID, and being able to meet someone after they were to get out, and that person really helped them come back down to the ground, help them realize who they are and what makes them so special. So hearing a lot of that kind of helped me figure out the lyrics for Butterfly Face, definitely.
Is that sort of giving back what music gave you when you were saying you were struggling, and then you started writing and playing, and it gave you the peace and just felt you could be honest and release whatever angst you were feeling too?
Right. Yeah, definitely. Being able to actually relate with those people, show them that I'm not perfect. I go through things myself. There's a lot of people out there that kind of assume these celebrities, not even saying I'm a celebrity, but like these people out there Their lives are perfect. Everything works out for them, but it's not true. Everybody's human. Everybody has emotions. So being able to actually relate with everybody about that is just a great way to kind of get through those bad experiences, those things that are in your head constantly. Because that's the best way to get through them, is just to talk about it, talk with other people, and be honest and vulnerable. And that's something that I've had to really work on, is being vulnerable as a musician too. But now it's something that I love doing because I'm able to actually open up and hear other people open up as well, which is such a cool feeling.
So take it away. You're letting that out. And a video you said is following. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, so the song will come out on August 27th. And a week after that, September 3rd, is when the Take It Away video is going to be released. So this video, or this song, I really wanted to make a video for because there's so much emotion behind it. It's definitely one of those more hard rock alternative songs. So actually being able to show people what the whole situation is about was something that I really wanted to do. So basically, my music video producer, he's also the guy that produces my songs as well. So it really works out. But we basically like planned this whole thing. We went to a studio. We got this big open space, white room that had a green screen as well. We put a projector up on there. We have this cool, just kind of performance video of me playing the guitar. And then it switches over in the chorus to me in my house, actually, my bedroom. And if you guys have ever just like been laying in bed, staying up all night, can't get these thoughts out of your head, something that's keeping you awake all the time. So I really wanted to capture that feeling. So we got a fog machine. We got a bunch of these different red and blue lights in my room just to kind of show the different kinds of feelings you're going through. I'm throwing covers around the room. I'm throwing pillows. I'm throwing a temper tantrum like a little kid. But it was such a fun experience. It was so much fun. And I actually already have the video and is able to watch it. And I'm just really pleased with how the whole thing turned out. So really excited.
I like the emotion factor that you tend to release and capture. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You have started to play live shows quite recently. How do you bring that sense of community to a live performance now? It seems like a funny reverse question, but
yeah, no, it's definitely very different compared from the social media part of my music career to the people that are seeing me live. Very different crowds, very different expectations. So I just try to get everybody there, understanding me as a person, my personality as fast as possible, showing them kind of some early original songs that I wrote, what the song means to me. And that's a really good way to get people to pay attention. And once that goes along, I start talking about my music community, my texting list, and try to get as many of those people into that community as well. And I've seen some good results from that too. And it's just really cool to meet people in person actually, and then connect with them on social media as well. Because a lot of the people that I actually am connecting with online like aren't even from Minnesota. They're all around the country. So it's kind of hard to like figure out exactly where everybody is. But I love playing live. I love showing everybody what the acoustic version of all my songs really feels like. And it's really an intimate experience, I would say.
then the follow-up, of course, has to be, what stories do you tell? What songs do you pick to sort of exemplify?
Yeah, that's a good question. My favorite one to play is my song, The Man. And that was one of the first songs that I released, actually. Actually, that was the very first song I released ever. And that song is just about being the person you're meant to be, not caring what other people have to say about it, and just realizing your true potential. And that song kind of was what I was feeling when I first started writing music, because there's all these people like saying, oh yeah, cool, you're playing the guitar, cool, you're singing, but I don't see this really going anywhere. And just telling myself like this actually means a lot to me. And I knew it instantly, like this is something I want to do. So just staying true to myself and staying true to who I'm meant to be, and showing other people that just because other people are in your way to get into your full form or find your career path or your favorite thing to do is not an easy thing to overcome. But just realizing who you are and what you stand for is a really big deal. So just consistently holding on to that. So that's one of the songs I play. I also play Butterfly Face, of course. That's a fan favorite now, a great summer song. Just telling everybody about meeting that person that opens your eyes up to the rest of the world. And then I like to play Hit and Run, which I actually haven't released yet. So that'll be released in 2 months. And that's the one about moving on from a past version of yourself. So a lot of vulnerable songs, a lot of stuff that I hope people can relate with. I'll play some other stuff like Euphoria, Colors, Mass, Real You on my old album as well. But I try to keep a few of those songs that I haven't released yet in the back of my pocket to get people a little excited for what's coming in the future. So
That's great. Well, I know I'm excited to hear what's next. Because
yeah.
it is quite a departure. At least Butterfly Faces is quite a departure
Yeah.
from the other stuff in it. So it's nice to hear that's going to turn around a little bit again, but it'll adds a layer.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of like me experimenting at this point as well, just really figuring out what kind of music I like to make. And I know for sure it's alternative rock music, mostly 90s style. But I do love folk music. I do really like pop music. So I'm just going to keep on making different songs just like that and seeing exactly what sticks and what people really relate with and what people really think is the best part of my career. So it's fun. It's a never ending road. It's a never ending journey. That's why I love it so much.
Nice. Now you've got some future shows coming up. August 20th. That's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So, yeah.
10K Brewing, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I've been playing at 10K for probably almost a year now. It's a smaller, intimate brewery in Anoka, which is the Halloween capital of the world, which I never heard about before, but apparently that's a big thing. I want to go there for Halloween next time. But so yeah, I love them. They're always so generous. They're always so nice. And what's even better is the people that I meet there. It's definitely a small town feel. And I found that's a greater way to actually interact with fans and to kind of be more vulnerable as well. So I have a lot of repeat fans that come to those shows, which is so much fun. I love seeing familiar faces and everything. And they have an awesome kind of like little concert stage, these lights that go up in the background. So it never disappoints. It's always a great time.
Nice. And if they can't see you there, you had a couple other shows coming up too. August 24th, Omni Brewing.
Yeah, so yeah, Omni Brewing. I'm pretty sure that's for their tacos and tunes on a Tuesday or Thursday.
Oh well,
another fun experience. But excuse me, yeah, they're really great as well. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really bad at keeping up with my gigs at the moment, just understanding which ones are coming.
I was gonna say you have a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I check the week of usually. I'm like, okay, I got to plan travel time to go here, here, and here. But yeah, there's a bunch of them coming up too. I got to start booking again soon as well to get into those fall dates. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love going live. It's a great way to get out and just kind of meet people and just to show them exactly what I'm all about.
And now you just told me you've got so many dates, but I'm still going to say you've got the Take It Away is August 27th. Is that the date? Okay. Yeah. Do you have a date yet for the EP, or you've got a few more songs that you're rolling out?
Yeah, I kind of play it by a year. Okay. I'm actually doing a photo shoot tomorrow for 2 of my other singles for the album art because I like to stay ahead of the game a little bit. That's kind of something you learn as a musician too. You got to prepare a lot in advance if you want everything to be perfect. So I'm doing a photo shoot for my next 2 singles. And then I'm going to do another music video for my song Hit and Run, which is going to be released in 2 months. So I think my goal, let's see, August, September, October, November. So maybe by the end of November, early December is when the official EP will come out, which is crazy because time has flown by. I started recording these songs, like 3 months ago. And everybody assumes things kind of go like that, but there's a lot of other stuff you got to prepare for. There's a lot of promotion, marketing, which is the biggest thing musicians actually have to worry about, not just creating the music, but finding those fans and consistently promoting everything. And I'm lucky enough to do that as my day job. Actually, I help other musicians create promotion, create advertisements, and kind of realize their true potential as a musician. So that really has helped with me realize exactly what the kind of steps I need to do before all these songs are released. So
nice. Now, because I know we have a lot of musicians that do listen to the interviews, is there one tip that you could give to folks?
Definitely. And it would be to check out the company Modern Musician, which is the company I work for.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the best tip I can give to any musician, hands down. The amount I was able to grow over the whole COVID lockdown with Modern Musician and realize all the other things you need to be doing was just so eye-opening to me, because all I was really focused on was making music. I wasn't really focused on anything else. But joining their program and going through the steps with them was able to help me set up website funnels, revenue systems, automated ads, a private music community, and actually make some money as a musician as well, because we're putting in all this time, effort, and money into everything. So finding those fans that are going to pay for your stuff is really vital for a musician's career as well. So yeah, it's definitely the biggest tip I would give them.
That just gives you more room to play with. So that's fantastic. That's
yeah,
great.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, speaking of website, for folks who are listening, and I'll put this in the notes, where can people find you online?
Yeah, you can go to zackkingmusic.com, and Zack is spelled Z-A-C-K. So ZACKKING music.com is a great way to stay up to date with each of my releases. I'm gonna be doing one a month. So going there, or my Instagram or Facebook is another great way. And if you want to join that private music community, you can go to Zack King's Street Team on Facebook. And it's a private community. I only let in the best kind of people. So go ahead and apply there. I can see if you're a good fit, and then we can go from there.
Nice. Perfect. Well, we're looking forward to hearing the rest of the album. I think it's fun to get a nice surprise and then think, whoa, what's next? So
thank you so much, guys. Yeah, this has been an awesome interview. I love the questions you're asking, and I'm looking forward to seeing other artists on here as well.
Great. Thanks a million.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
Thanks.